Hey, what's up, Poke Peeps? I'm Rata Joey.
And I'm Maxcen.
Welcome back to FutureSight. Today we're going to be covering we're actually going to be covering Nationals that's just gone by.
I'll be covering Nationals.
Well, yes, you'll be covering it, as I was about to mention. I personally didn't go, just for it not really being able to change my standing on the world stage at all. Maxcen actually did go, just to see how far he could take himself, and that's what this episode is going to be about, basically his experience there and what to expect if you are like a first-time attendee at an upcoming Nationals. So this is more of a preparation for next season instead of it being something useless for this season. With that said, I think we'll just roll straight into it. I'll just start quizzing you, Max.
Okay, fair enough.
I think the first thing that I really have to ask, it's something that's mostly going to bother people who haven't been to a Nationals before. You probably experienced it yourself. Being worried about the atmosphere of the event.
Nah, the atmosphere was pretty good actually.
Really? So it was so all of the stress you'd normally expect, it wasn't there at all?
No, it was like a lot of people just thought it's like being at your locals basically.
So
there's a lot of people because you're all there for the same reasons.
So I'm guessing what you're saying is it's a lot more like it's basically just upscale. It's not actually how do I word this? It's a lot more like going basically to maybe like a large regionals instead of actually seeing it as Nationals. Just see it as a bigger tournament.
Oh yeah.
That you most likely have to travel further out to get to.
I mean, the night before was pretty fun. I mean, the entire foyer was full of just people playing Pokemon. That was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, because that is one unique thing with a Nationals or a World Tournament. The site is dedicated to that. It's it's not a church or a gaming store like the night before. It is actually it's still the Pokemon Nationals or a Worlds tournament if you're going to Worlds this year. Maybe we could consider this actually a small version of Worlds.
I mean,
especially if you're from America. It
was pretty cool. Although I have to admit, I don't think there were as many. I think this year there weren't as many people as there normally are, especially due to the what's we call it? You have to qualify now with the 10 play points.
So it's the field's become a bit narrower. But it's for a fact you're going against experienced players, which I think is the original idea of the actual new play system. To focus mostly on making so experienced players are going to Nationals, so they don't have to spend time explaining basic rules to somebody who's just walked in with a starter deck.
Well, the problem is that the juniors, they didn't need to qualify, so out of all the players you'd have to teach the rules too. Yeah,
I can kind of see where that's coming from. It's mostly a case of you really want to get you want to get new players into the game as young as possible.
Yes.
If you turn around to juniors and say, well, you have to have a prerequisite to go here, it's a bit of a turn off for some parents to say, well, okay, I have to put this huge investment of time and money into decks and going to different places around the country to get the points. So I can see it with juniors. When you come up to seniors and masters, it's seen as a much more serious hobby. Especially with seniors, it's a serious hobby. Children will talk to parents and let them go. Parents will want to see how far their kids can go with this because it's something to focus them. It basically keeps them out of trouble. And a lot of your better masters players will be able to afford for themselves to travel by some means.
That's true. Or win their way there.
I don't think too many players have actually gone to this year's Nationals, from what I've seen anyway, that have actually been able to say, well, it doesn't matter how I do here, I can just stroll into Worlds anyway. A couple of names do pop to mind. I mean, Tommy Roberts is currently #1 in the world, so I don't think he needed Nationals, but it's a good play experience for him at least. And if he could win a free invite, then he gets the free invite, and his standings invite would get passed on to the next player. That's if they still do it by the old system anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
Actually, though, talking about the players that were there, I'd actually like to move on to player attitude when what you noticed there. I mean, obviously we both travelled the country quite a bit this year. We've got to see quite a lot of the higher tier players. Were any of them actually acting a bit more how to say it's a bit more hardcore than usual?
No, acting pretty normal from what I can see.
So there was none of this, really hardcore mentality where it's like, I'm coming here, I've got to win. I'm not going to talk to you. I'm not going to be social with you because I'm going to beat you in this tournament. It was all pretty damn. It was still social as usual.
It was very friendly, a very friendly atmosphere.
Oh, so it stays social. It stays happy. Okay. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you go. No, there's a very friendly atmosphere. I mean, there was nothing particularly bad. I mean, a couple of the what should we call it? I think when people were getting right down to some matches, it was pretty quiet and very focused.
Well, that is to be expected. I mean,
yeah.
Everyone goes there, everyone gives their A game. I'm pretty sure there was some joviality. There were some people actually, like laughing and joking with each other a bit. Like players who knew each other socially anyway.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I could see that, and yeah, I can fully understand that. So mostly it's like, out of match, everyone's just social. It's just in match, everyone's mostly concentrating on the game. It's not really any of this dark mentality or anything. Just everyone's focusing on game.
Pretty much, yeah.
Actually, while staying on attitude though, and keeping with the actual idea of people like keeping on the game, did you actually notice anything along the lines of like people seeming to like rule shark or anything like that? Was that a lot more prevalent? Or was it still? I
didn't really see much of it. I know like a lot of the top matches had a lot of judges around them, but I assume that's just so they can keep check on the top games.
Oh yeah, the top cut, you will get more and more judges around the table until it gets like the final match and it's all judges on one table. So there wasn't too much rule sharking then. There was people just trying to like hustle other people out of games. It was actually like it was all over the table and legit.
Not that I didn't see any rule sharking, but as I say, everything seemed pretty okay from what I heard and what I saw.
So 2 out of 4 questions down, and so far for a first time at nationals, it doesn't seem like any newcomer should really be worrying right now.
No, as I say, it's pretty good.
In fact, these are actually the biggest points I've just covered there. Really, the next one I really want to get onto is mostly just like the officials that are nationals. Did you notice anything different about them or anything noteworthy?
Not particularly. I mean, all the judges seem pretty nice. I mean, they all had their laptops up and everything they can show about.
So they can always refer to the rulings, yeah.
Yeah. But no, the judges seem pretty good. Nothing to really complain about.
Yeah. Actually, I've seen a couple of pictures of the venue, and I'll be honest, I did actually recognise a couple of the judges.
Right.
It was like the one of the judges I actually made could make good mention of is the head judge from Cumbernauld. Was it head judge? I think it might actually be TO in Cumbernauld, but I think he was judging at nationals. So it's nice to see that not just using like local boys from it. I mean, it's like like the Cumbernauld judge is like it's from up in Scotland. It's like literally an entire country away.
Yeah.
You couldn't get much further north without a boat. And
that's true.
It's nice to see that actually they are reaching out. They're getting judges from around the country, so it's not just home field advantage for people who play down south. And I could see this being the same, no matter what country you're in, they'll get judges from leagues all around the country.
I think it depends who can travel though.
Yeah, true. I mean, from what I've heard though, I think wasn't one of the judges from Blackpool there as well?
Yeah.
I heard she was on the way down. Don't know.
Yeah, she was there.
All right. Cool. How was she?
Yeah, she seemed okay.
Awesome.
As I say, there's a lot of displays about. Looked very nice. So this huge, kind of like the Pokemon, a huge blow up of the Pokemon Stadium 2 logo with the Lugia and the Ho-Oh.
Oh yeah, I actually noticed that in some of the other photos I've seen on other players' Facebooks. I have to say, I saw that and I was like, oh wait, that's Pokemon Stadium. I recognise the actual what was it?
Logo artwork.
Not the artwork. It's actually straight from the game. It's the models.
Right. Yeah.
The actual like Ho-Oh and Lugia models, like they're the same ones that actually got dragged forward into Battle Revolution. Because if you do notice that you have played Battle Revolution, a lot of the models do call back straight back to the original stadium. I mean, some of the animations are the same as well. It's just that they've just updated the actual like quality and probably the engine behind them. But anyway, this actually brings on to like the final like generic point for this, and it's the venue itself. I mean, how was it actually at the building? You know, how accessible was everything?
It was, well, everything was in the middle of nowhere, but everyone was in the middle of nowhere together.
I actually meant most of the building. You know, how hard was it to get to the toilet?
Oh no, that was very accessible. Everything was fine. There was like food places nearby as well. So
it did have your basics then. It's, you know,
yeah.
You had your food, you had your water.
Yeah, everything was because it was next to a theme. It's been the same location it's been for the last 2 years, I believe. So there was like a theme park nearby. So like there was food stands and whatnot.
Food is nice. Food is good. Food is always good.
There's when you can, yeah.
yeah. We'll be better prepared for next year.
Yeah.
But with all that mentioned, I think we'll at first take a slightly personal note to this and talk about your like personal experience at nationals this year.
As a whole, or
yeah, we'll do it in brief. I don't want to go into like a full tournament report.
Yeah, fair enough.
We're already 13 minutes in.
Well, it's like getting down though is pretty easy. I know some people apparently have some trouble getting down, or just long periods of time to get down. Now the night before was pretty good. Nice to see making note of who was rolling in at what times or whatever. It was pretty.
So
cool.
You know who's going to be best rested and stuff like that.
Yeah, and people trying to play test their decks or show off decks and not quite playing, or just trying to. Yeah,
try to make people think that they're playing something that they're not.
Yeah.
So you see somebody strolling and playing Vanillux, you get them, you think, right, I'll attack against Vanillux. You end up going against them. That right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the psychological aspect of the game, and it's good to see that people do think like that. Just try and outthink their opponents. Before the game's even started. It's not underhanded, because they shouldn't be snooping at your deck.
I mean, on the day, everything seemed to be going pretty well. I didn't notice any on the time scale. Everything seemed pretty okay.
So it was well organised then.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Going on to your personal experience, I'd actually like to have a quick actual talk about the deck you decided to take. Mostly because
I think up a week before.
Yeah, nobody saw it coming. We might as well get it out there now because there's no real big spoilers.
No.
Some people who actually watch this who've been on play TCG may actually recognise it.
I doubt it. I didn't play that.
It's a very small overlap on that Venn diagram, but.
Yeah.
Hope.
Well, I was playing a truth variant. There's actually quite a number of kind of sort of truth variants on the day. Not like Uniclus, but like the Meganium or Klinklang.
Oh yeah, the Meganium and Klinklang exits.
Yeah, that was that.
I don't know how that works under train lock when you need the max potion for your survivability.
Oh, because they run Blossom and stuff as well. It did pretty well on the day, if I remember correctly. I think it made top 8, so.
Yeah. It was what a certain friend of ours lost to.
Yeah.
It's what took him out, but it was I think mostly that was the surprise factor because he saw Meganium instead of Klinklang, so it's like psychologically catches you slightly off guard. And
the other thing is it's got slightly better support in the own deck because I know it's a very slight thing, but Oddish can find a friend.
True. It's also the fact that if you wanted to, you could have that 1/1 Sunken for as a consistency deck.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, taking my microphone there. But anyway, back to your deck. I mean, firstly, what was it called? I want to hear the name.
Oh, we decided to call it BGC because of the card we decided. Basically, the main cards with our Groudon. Groudon was just to basically counter Darkrai and Electric decks, and Cobalion, which is hilarious, is there basically to counter everything else that Groudon doesn't. It did a really good job at countering like Terrakion, and it does a really good job at countering. Well, it does an okay job at countering Mewtwo.
It can slow down Mewtwo. It's also that one surprise deck that came out of nowhere, Mr. Vanillux.
Yeah.
Really struggles against Cobalion.
It really does. Had the Unknown Cure in there as well for the Vanillux matchup. But again, the Cobalion did pretty well on the day. especially with the special metals in there, because me energy line was for special metal for rainbow and for prism, so it was pretty much a very splashable what I could attack with at any point in the game. I also had a Darkrai in there, so basically it was gave all my guys a free retreat. That was pretty nice. Being able to choose which attacker to send out was a huge thing to do on the day, as I say. Especially in one match where I had to switch my Cabalions about quite a lot.
I mean, I actually remember watching you actually do a minor bit of testing on that deck, and I can vouch for how well it did play. I mean, I actually saw you testing without the Darkrai, and it was still holding its own. I mean, it's like the very first time you ever tested it, you went like opening turns, lost 4 prizes. There's like 2 to 6 prizes left, you win.
Yeah.
Because it was a case of you could lock your opponent out of wins. It was nice to see. It sadly fell short on the day though, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean there was like a couple of misplays I made, and just some things didn't go as well, or some matchups hadn't completely prepared for.
Yeah, I know the one you mean.
Yeah,
the Empoleon matchup.
That was.
You was hoping for a straight Empoleon, and they came at you with like mixed Empoleon.
Yeah, it was very unexpected. But
no, it's mixed mans. You can't deal with it. Mixed mans.
Oh no, it was pretty okay. I'm not too considering how very not much of testing I did. I was like, I thought it was fair enough how well I did.
Well, you did do minimalized testing, and you came as close to breaking even as was possible at a 7-round tournament, which is it's a feat in itself. I'd probably like end up like stinking out all day. Then again, if I'd gone, I'd probably run my vanillas, which has always seen me through when I thought I was going to lose.
But it did run on for quite a while, I will admit. I think it was about 10:30, and top 4 was still going. So I'm pretty sure the whole thing probably about 12 o'clock.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's the thing though, it's like towards your top 16, like you get longer rounds, but gameplay also slows down drastically. Not just because they've got the time to play in, but mostly because top cut, you do not want to make a single misplay.
No.
And it's understandable, the whole idea of well, if I misplay, I lose, and top cut, it's not like your earlier rounds. It's no longer Swiss. And really, I think what people should take away from this episode right now is, if you're going to go to a nationals, just focus, keep calm, and only really start to apply only really start to let yourself like play as if it really matters in the top cut, because that's where it really counts. Once you get to top cut, it's a case of you've got to win to keep going.
Make sure one thing I will say, make sure you sleep the night before, or sleep a lot the night before.
Did you do an all-nighter again?
No, we slept, but it's just like there's a lot of points in the day, like late on in the day, it just hits and it's like dead to the world.
I can see that, yeah, I can actually see that. It's the whole fact that it might only be a card game, but you are thinking so much that you'll be surprised how draining it can be.
Yeah, that's true. As literally, I think it was my last match, I basically thought Terrakion was on 110, it was on 90 for some reason. My brain just thought, that's on 110, that's fine, as I wasn't, but...
is that what you meant by you had an atrocious last game?
Yeah, so it was like... there's nothing that can... Oh, there probably, maybe, stuff I could have done, but it was like, whatever. It's done. But no, as a can't think of words.
Use your words, dude. Use your words.
An experience. It was very good.
Yeah. Well, that is actually what this episode's mostly about. Just the the whole experience.
Yeah.
I mean, is there actually any advice that you could offer somebody who's just going for the first time?
Sleep, eat, all those. Having your deck list ready, it was a very nice thing to have. Because basically, there was one guy. He was in top 8. He ran the Meganium Valplume deck, and literally seconds before registration was over, he was going to put the Espeon Eevee into his deck, and literally it was seconds away from registration being over, so he wasn't able to do so. And in his top 8 game, it was Valplume Vanillux.
Oh,
so I think it's always worth being prepared with your deck list and all that. Like, so I mean, I hear about it a lot online. Like, don't throw brave sleep, bring your deck list, and make sure you eat. And it's all true. I mean, honestly, it's all true.
So mostly, I'm guessing on the message, the gaming player, best thing to really do in that situation, I guess, would be to have a compelling deck. I was actually going to say have a variants of your list ready. So if you decide you want to throw in a last minute tech and you know what you're going to take out for that tech, you've already got a list you've already got it written out for that list.
Yeah, there was a couple of people had like 16 variants of their own list on the day.
Really, that many?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah, I could understand maybe like 2 or 3 variants, but 16?
Yeah, it was something stupid like that.
I can kind of guess why people would do that, but it all basically comes down to what you see as a room being full of most. Knowing me, I'd just be gung-ho and just say, well, this is my one list, I'll run one list. Then again, as I said, to rule them all. But as I've said though, most of the season I've run Vanillux, what can I really put in there? It does its job or it doesn't do its job.
Pretty much it's like every other deck.
Oh yeah, but it's set up and hopefully win.
Hopefully flip heads.
Well, as I said, it's a 93.75% chance of actually hitting the head, so yeah.
Well, I hope we don't play against Esfield.
True. Yeah, I think we should sign off because I've gone to 2 epic strings of rambling already.
Hooray!
Anyway, if you like what you've heard,
if you can remember how to sign off.
Nope, I can't. Max, you do it.
If you like what you see, make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe.
I was actually joking, but thank you. Until next time, I've been Rather Joey.
And I'm still Maxcen.
Bye bye.
And stay in the top percent.
Great part.
You forgot the last part.